YouTube, what is going on? Your boy Young Mustard is back with another video, and man, oh man, what a surprise to everybody, because it has been a long time that I have done one of these Russell Westbrook videos. I mean, it's been a minute. Now, a lot of people have said that I've not been the biggest supporter of Westbrook, but man, I think it's about time. I think it's about time that I do one of these Russell Westbrook videos. I think the last Russell Westbrook video I did was a video that I kind of praised him, because I did talk about how I thought Russell Westbrook was gonna have the best year of his career. And even though I did say him signing that extension was gonna be probably the biggest mistake of his career, I have finally been proven right. I've been proven right and wrong as well, because I did think that this season was going to be the best year of his career, because I thought he finally learned how to play and adjust his game to fix and help other people that, you know, he's teammates with and stuff like that. But I guess I was wrong. But before we get into that, I would like for you guys to go on Twitter and follow me on Twitter. Also follow me on Instagram and follow me on Twitch, by the way, because I will be doing some live streams on Twitch. The links will be down below in the description box. And also get out your phones and download the app SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the app that takes tickets from all over the web and puts them in one place that makes buying them easy. You can view the tickets and the seats from the app to let you know where you're going to sit. And also, if you're not convinced, you can use my promo code Mustard for $20 off on your first purchase. Trust me, ain't no scam. These would be great tickets. Now back to the video at hand. Russell Westbrook throughout his whole entire career has been criticized for having flaws in his game that he just should not have with the amount of talent that he has. I mean, when you look at someone like Russ, his inefficiencies are just something that we cannot overlook. The turnovers are something that we can just not overlook. The shot IQ is just something that we cannot overlook. The stat padding is just something that we cannot overlook. And what's funny is that he can put up great numbers, but they don't exactly translate to wins. I mean, this is the back-to-back seasons that he's averaged a triple-double, but the game difference is only one game, when he has two players who were previously all-stars the year before. Now, I understand Melo was an all-star due to being in the weak East and players getting hurt, but having Paul George, who is at least an all-star caliber player from time to time, and you have Carmelo Anthony, who's a good supplementary piece on a roster, Steven Adams, Patrick Patterson, Jeremy Grant, solid role players on the team as well, that's enough for you to at least win 50 games. But Russell Westbrook, literally the difference between last year and this year is one game. And this is a team that was predicted by many people, not myself, but by many other people, to at least be contending in the Western Conference, to at least rival the Golden State Warriors. A lot of people had them as the second best team in the West, and some people had them even upsetting the Warriors in the playoffs. This is why I literally go on Twitter and I argue with fans who will sit here and just swear up and down that the triple doubles from Russell Westbrook, bro, it helps this team, bro. They're this and this whenever he gets a triple double. They win this many games and they lose this many games when he doesn't get him, and all this and that. Guys, first of all, triple doubles don't lead to wins. You sacrificing numbers leads to wins. Nobody in NBA history has averaged a triple double and won a championship. And there's a reason for that, because numerous players throughout NBA history could have averaged a triple-double. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Wilt Chamberlain, all players who were capable of averaging triple-doubles if they wanted to. But the thing is, that doesn't win championships. And when you're someone like Russell Westbrook, and the difference between both seasons that you average a triple-double with stars and without them is one game, that shows that triple-doubles don't win games. That's the problem with a lot of fans. They look at points, rebounds, and assists, and they look at the numbers, and they just jump to conclusions of how great this player was. But you have to understand that that stuff doesn't win games. Numbers don't win games. You sacrificing, that's what wins games. And until Russell Westbrook realizes that, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they're never going to win a championship, and Russ is never going to win a championship. And with the uncertainty of the Thunder's future, everything is kind of in shambles right now, because we don't know if Paul George is going to leave. Carmelo Anthony is going to stay next year, but we don't know if he's going to stay past that, because let's be real, he's only going to stay because of that money. And then you have Billy Donovan, who's one of the worst coaches in the league. The only thing that's certain on this team is that Westbrook is locked up for many, many years. And that's why I said, though Westbrook is going to get that bag, and I don't ever hate on players for going to get that money, but let's be honest here. If you want to win, you're going to have to take some pay cuts in your life. And that's why I've always said that, yes, you can give players max dollars, but is that going to help your organization win games? Because At this point, they just got bounced in the first round by a team that was led by a rookie. And yes, I understand Rudy Gobert is probably their best player, but they were led by Donovan Mitchell. Let's just keep that honest here. And they got beaten the first round. They didn't even go to 7 games. They had home court advantage. They were a seed above that team. And a lot of people, including myself, expected the Jazz to at least be an 8th seed, if not make the playoffs even, and possibly be even a lottery team with the loss of Gordon Hayward. So it is funny that they were just clamped so bad. I mean, Paul George went off in game 1 and in game 5, but in game 6 scores 5 points on 12% field goal shooting.
Y'all ain't met playoff P yet, huh?
Russell Westbrook shoots below 40% throughout the whole entire series. Though he did go off in the last 2 games, he still did have 5 turnovers in a game that was decided by 5 points. I mean, Russell Westbrook, he could have done better. Paul George definitely could have done better. And Carmelo Anthony, let's just call it what it is. He's trash. He's out of shape, doesn't score efficiently, doesn't even make open shots, doesn't make contested shots, free throw percentage went down, doesn't play defense, he's cheating on his wife, and he's arrogant as hell. He laughed at the opportunity of coming off of the bench because, let's be honest, he's out of shape, he's slower, he's not the guy that he used to be, he's not as quick, and you're not a good defender, so you hurt the defense on the court whenever you're there with the starting lineup. You always get cooked by everybody. Every small forward or power forward is always cooking you. You don't even play it at all anyway, so let's just be honest, let's keep that real. So why not just come off the bench? You can be with the second unit. They need you because the bench is super weak, and that was one of the most glaring things of your team this season, why y'all struggled to win a lot of games, because Russ and Paul George had to do too much. So why not just come off the bench and, you know, just provide some level of consistency? And besides, you're an ISO player, so you can do your thing coming off of the bench. It's better for the team, and everyone who knows basketball knows that. But Carmelo Anthony, being the selfish and arrogant player that he is, without having no legitimacy to back it up, laughed at it.
And the second question is...
Who, me?
Oh. I guess that answers that part.
I mean, I don't know where that started, where that came from. Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
The fact that he actually has that arrogance just rubs everyone that actually appreciates the game of basketball the wrong way. He's just not as great as he believes he is, and even some fans to this day still believe he is. But that brings us to the topic at hand. What is next for the Oklahoma City Thunder? Because really, they have no future, and Russell Westbrook, though he still has his flaws, Billy Donovan wasn't even trying to help that. Billy Donovan was afraid to call this man out, because though we don't have no confirmation or nothing like that, when you go out there and you literally watch Russell Westbrook turn it over nearly 10 times in one game, what can you say to justify that? Because if it was any other good coach in the league or even decent coach in the league, he would have been benched. David Fizdale got fired because he benched Marc Gasol. Greg Popovich yells at everyone on the court. He treats Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, and Manu just the same as he treats Tiago Splitter. He treats everyone the same, but it's clear that Billy Donovan just doesn't know how to do that. Whether it's putting Melo on the bench, calling out Russell Westbrook, or hell, even fixing Paul George's inconsistencies, he's just unwilling to do that. It seems like this team just goes out there and they freelance. They go out there, they ISO with one guy until they find a shot, and if they can't, they pass it to another player and they do the exact same thing until the 24 seconds are up. And maybe Paul George will catch fire, but then the next time he'll be like 1 for 7 or 0 for 12. Then Melo, he'll just consistently be inconsistent. Russ will have games where he'll be a monster. Then he'll have games where he'll be a monster, but in the bad way. So it is clear that this team, the one word you can describe them is inconsistency, and disappointment as well, if you want to describe them with that word, because this has to be the most disappointing big three that we have ever seen in NBA history. Now, I will say it is arguable because you do have other teams that have been super teams and things like that, but when you consider the expectations that this team had to beat the Golden State Warriors, or at least just contend with the Golden State Warriors, to at least be one of the top teams in the Western Conference, to go out in not 7 games but 6 games in the first round to a Utah Jazz team whose best player is a rookie, when you have a superstar like Russell Westbrook, a star in Paul George, a supplementary piece in Carmelo Anthony, one of the best offensive rebounders in NBA history in Steven Adams. You also have good supplementary pieces such as Alex Abrines, Patrick Patterson, and Jeremy Grant. Grant. Those are good, solid role players to come off the bench. But this is a team that was knocked out in the first round by, like I said, the Utah Jazz team, who we didn't even think would make the playoffs. A team that people thought would be a lottery team without Gordon Hayward. And I know they are better than we thought, but still, this is still a team that is still on paper not on par with the Oklahoma City Thunder. They just basically choked, and the two words that describe this Thunder team this season are inconsistency and disappointment, because they've lived up to those words way more than the expectations that we've set on them for this season. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like. Also, comment down below what you think. If you think I'm right or wrong, let me know in the comment section. Also, just let me know your opinion on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Also, you guys, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, and follow me on Twitch, by the way, because I will be live streaming there from time to time. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and hit the bell next to my name to be notified after each and every video that I post. This is your boy Young Mustard signing out. Have a great day. Peace.
I woke up Chris Breezy. Oh my God, I'm the man. I'm so fly and I can dance. There's tattoos on my neck. I just FaceTime Kanye. I told him I'm his biggest fan, yeah. Got all these hoes in my DM. Yeah, I do. Hold up. Holy shit, I got a kid.